Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Raising Canes right here in Byram, Mississippi. I am Trellis Williams. This is the South 78 Football Show. Of course, with me once again is head coach of the Terry High School Football Bulldogs is Chris Thigpen. This show is brought to you by CPA Realty. We've got more on that later on. But, Coach, last week you guys had a big win over Raymond against your rivals, and you guys stomped to victory, 39-0. It's about as good as you can do against in a rival game against a respectable Raymond Rangers team. Really, you guys dominated the line. Just were able to block real well and also just be able to get to their quarterback as well. Were you satisfied with your team's performance, and what were your overall takeaways?
Yes, I was very satisfied, considering we had 3 lightning delays that kind of knocked off our schedule. Our players weren't used to it. Our coaches weren't used to it, and that's not something you go into a game planning for when it comes, a part of your time leading up to the game.
Yeah.
So I thought we handled that about as well as we could possibly handle it. And so, and as far as the game, I thought our defense was dominant, and our offensive line really played well. We rushed for right at 200 yards total.
Yeah.
So that was a big deal. A guy you're going to interview, he had nearly 100 yards rushing. Jordan had nearly 100 yards rushing, and I thought we protected well also the quarterback.
For sure, and speaking of the quarterback, Titus Kelly was your main quarterback throughout the game. He took most of the snaps, but he finished with a touchdown on the ground and in the air. He showed massive improvement from last season, where he started at quarterback the last 2 games. What did you feel about Kelly's performance, just in terms of you're making the decision on how you move forward with who's going to be under center most of the time? How did that game? What did that game show you?
Well, it showed us what we saw in practice, that he can play at a high level on Friday night. If he plays a quarterback and Ashton's playing H or tight end or receiver, that allows us to be more flexible as far as offensive standpoint. And so, Titus has a knee injury. He injured his knee there towards the end of the game. He was able to walk off, so we're supposed to find out tomorrow morning how that's going to go for him, but we think he's going to be okay. And so, and on the other hand, Ashton's been getting some really good reps this week at quarterback too. So whoever's back there, we feel really confident about.
Yeah, and a new name that we will be interviewing today, Rondé Baker, had a great game, 7 carries for 91 yards rushing. You alluded to that just a little bit ago. Jordan McGee, big-time rusher for your team, but you didn't even have to play him at offense that much because Rondé was able to take command on the running the football. You're able to have Jordan play a lot of defense, and you're able to get to that 39-0 win. Just talk about Rondé Baker's night and just what you thought about that.
Well, Rondé is a very humble kid. He's very, very quiet. He's a hard-working guy in practice. And he's been having really good runs again in practice, and we stress to our players a lot about we know when the lights come on, the band start playing, and the crowd show up, everybody want to play, but we tell them they got to earn that playing time in practice through the week, Monday through Thursday. So by our players pushing each other, as you said, it allows Jordan sometimes to play on the other side of the ball or do some different things. And so Rondé was a guy that we knew coming into the season that we were looking forward to him taking another step. And so when we have players like that taking another step, it makes us a better team. And here's the other thing, Trellis. He's only a sophomore. Rondé's only a sophomore, so we're looking for him to do big things. But we got a lot of players, on our team on both sides of the ball that play well. Jakevian Jones played well. Amarian Beta played well. Quintarius White had 9 tackles on defense. Another guy you're going to interview, Jadarius Young, had 2 sacks, and his nickname is Phenom. So, and then the other thing is we had no major injuries, so that's the thing. You want to get out of your non-region games with as fewest injuries as possible, especially going into region.
Yeah, one thing you mentioned was just talking about guys having to earn their spot. Uh, you recycled a lot of players on offense and defense, and you talking about some talented guys out there, and it really did work out very well in that game on Friday night. Do you expect to kind of keep moving forward with a similar type of rotation?
Yes, Coach Crosby said he wants 22 guys that can play on defense. We have 70 on our roster, so if we're playing 22 on defense, we could play another 18, maybe 11 to 18 guys on offense. A lot of our team get a chance to play, and then what it does for some of our backup guys or our JV guys is it makes them better, and they're able to grow their game and help the team as well, because when they went over and played, let's just say Raymond Monday, they won also, and they was like, Coach, this is not that hard. So, but they go against our defense in practice as well. We tell them, if you have success versus defense, you can play on Friday night and have success in the JV game on Mondays.
Yep. So this week you guys take on Pure Academy, who they come from Memphis, Tennessee. And this is the first game on record in which Terry has played a team outside of the state. So history being made there on Friday night at Bulldog Field. They are 0-2 so far this year. 2 close losses that they had. Last season they were 3-7. So just preview that game for us and just kind of what you've seen in the matchup.
They're an athletic team that I think they're very similar to us in how their football team is made up.
Yeah.
I think the strength of their team is their offensive line and defensive line. I think that's what they have, really good athletes. I think our athletes and skilled players match up well with them. As you said, they're 0-2, but they've lost 2 really close games.
Yeah.
So we know that they're going to play us really, really hard and really well. So we just try to get our guys prepared for the type of scheme that they play, and also, to play 4 quarters on Friday. So, it's our first time playing a team out of state, and I want our guys to be able to remember this, playing this team, on Friday, because Terry's never played a team out of state. They reached out to myself, in the off season, and so we did some research on them, and we thought it would be a good game, because not only will they come to us this season, they'll also come to us next season. So that allows us to have 2 consecutive home games, week 2.
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely, and so Bulldog Field was rocking there on Friday night. We had 2 lightning delays. Found ourselves getting started with the game a little bit before 10 p.m.
Right.
Getting out of there about 12:30 or so, and the place was still rocking. You had a few people probably went home after that, but place was going. Just how do you like the energy that's being displayed right now, just supporting the football program?
We love it when we have all the people come out and support the team. I remember coming back out maybe after the second lightning delay, and I asked our principal, Mr. Scott, I said, did you guys allow the fans to come back? He said, no, Coach, they never left. We told them to leave, he said, but they never left. And so that was good, I guess, for the kids, not only our football players, but our cheerleaders, our band, and everyone else, that they stayed, because that is a really good atmosphere. Our players enjoy playing in front of a capacity crowd like that. And also, this Friday, we're inviting the Byron Bulldogs and all the kids that go to GRE, Gary Road Elementary, all the kids that go to GRI. We're inviting them with a parent. They get in free with a parent, but we're going to invite those kids out and allow them to be recognized. And at halftime, we're going to introduce each kid that comes, and that's a part of the Byron Bulldog football and cheer organization.
Absolutely. So be sure to come out and see that. And just like you said, if you're at Gary Road Elementary, Gary Road Intermediate, if you come in with a parent, you get in free.
That's correct.
And so absolutely just be there on Friday night as the Terry Bulldogs host Pure Academy from Memphis, Tennessee. And, folks, thank you for joining us. We got more coming up, more interviews coming up right here on the South 78 Football Show. Are you seeking a new home or looking to sell yours? Well, you need to contact Endia Banks with CPA Realty. CPA Realty, serving clients in the Hinds County area, including Terry and Byram, and even out to Edwards and Bolton. An accredited buyer's representative and military relocation professional, Endia Banks is committed to providing excellent customer service to her clients. Call 601-212-3418, 601-212-3418, CPA Realty. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the South 78 Football Show presented by CPA Realty. I am Trellis Williams. Right here with me, Elton Pope, Coach Elton Pope of the Byram Bulldogs, the youth football team. And, Coach, I know that you're entering your 8th season, so you've been doing this for a while. Just talk about the fulfillment of this. What made you get into this?
Man, well, I'm originally from Vicksburg, Mississippi. I grew up in the YMCA, youth football. So when I came to Byram, it was just kind of a lack for that.
Yeah.
So I wanted to create a safe environment for the kids in the community to play. So that's the real reason why we created the Byram Junior Bulldogs.
Absolutely, and so just tell me about your favorite part of doing it, because I know you're dealing with young kids and they're playing a sport that they love. Just talk about your favorite part of the whole process.
Man, the favorite part is just getting them together, the unity, coming together. All these kids in one. A lot of them, you have to, coach them up, and they're all for it. And just the outcome of where you start and how you finish. And that's what we like to see. We just like to see growth. We like to teach them fundamentals, stuff that they can take to the middle school and the high school, and just make them better players.
Absolutely. So what's your main message to these kids, just generally speaking? What is your number one message that you preach to the players?
My number one message is you can do anything you want to do in life. You just got to work. Anything can be accomplished. It's just going to be some work you got to put into it. And I think that's what separates the winners and the losers, is because it's a certain amount of work that the winners have to do. And, that's just, it's facts. So, that's the type of message that we send, is always put your best foot forward and go out here and win,
Yep. Absolutely. And just give us an update on how the season's gone so far. If you could just tell the viewers about that.
Man, we're 2-0. We're coming fresh off a championship, our first championship. We're excited. I coach the 12U team, which is 11 and 12-year-olds. We have a lot of talent. We're looking forward to finishing the season. I think we have a championship team, and we're just looking forward to dominating.
Absolutely. Tell and for the last question, just tell the viewers when the next time the Byram Bulldogs are taking the field.
We're taking the field next Saturday against the Ridgeland Titans at Ridgeland High School. First game starts 8, 9, and 10. We would love to have y'all come out and support us. Go Bulldogs.
Absolutely. Coach Pope, thank you for joining us.
Yes,
for
sir.
sure. And we got some more coming up right here on the South 78 Football Show presented by CPA Realty. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We are right here with Ashton King, quarterback for this Byram Bulldogs football team, a 6th grader. And Ashton, man, my first question for you, man, is I hear that you guys are 2-0 so far this season. Sounds like y'all have some success coming off the championship year last year. Just kind of talk about how the first 2 games have been for you.
Well, they've really been good so far. First game, we really didn't play. The team dropped out, but the second game, felt pretty good about it. Going to the next game, hoping to win it too.
Absolutely. And so when did you start getting into football, and what makes you love it so much?
Well, I started getting into football when I was around 6, and I loved it because it's really you do your own thing at certain times that you want to do it. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're playing the quarterback position. What's your favorite part about playing that position?
It's just like trying to tell the team, because I'm really I'm a kind of a bossy person, so I like tell people what to do, and it's part of what I really like about it.
Hey, good deal. Good. And so my last question is, you go and take on Ridgeland next up, and just going into the rest of the season, what is your goal for this team for this season?
My goal is to get better as we go and, of course, win the championship.
Absolutely, man. Ashton, I appreciate you joining us. We got some more coming up. Hello, folks. Now we are right here with George Ratliff. He is a running back and outside linebacker for the Byram Bulldogs. And, folks, we are right here with George. So, George, man, my first question for you, man, is so what made you get into football and what makes you like it so much?
When I was 5-year-old, actually, my dad played football, and when I was 5 years old, I really wanted to play football, so I started playing, and I just been playing ever since.
Awesome, man. So what made you? So you're a running back and you're outside linebacker. So what made you get into that position on the team?
Running back, I was fast, aggressive, and outside linebacker, I like to hit, and yeah.
Oh, yeah, good deal, good deal. So, man, what's your goals for this team and this season so far? You guys are 2-0, coming off a championship. What are your goals for this season?
My goal for this season is to get good yards, score touchdowns, and make it good for the team.
Good deal, man. Appreciate it, George. Appreciate you joining us. All right, folks, now we are right here with Colton Pope, offensive lineman and defensive lineman for this Byron Bulldogs football team. He's in the 6th grade. And, Colton, man, my first question is, man, so, look, you guys are 2-0 so far, having a good start. You came off a championship last year. How do you feel about your team?
I think we are a good team. We're going to strive for another championship. We played a good game last time, 13-6. I'm thinking we're going to do good this year.
Yeah, so what, Colton, tell me this. So what got you into football?
Kind of like I started playing flag football when I was 5.
Yeah.
And when I was 6, 7, I started watching it, and my dad put me in it, and I just started from there.
Absolutely, and your dad is the coach of this football team. Just talk about the experience of playing for your dad as the coach.
Folks may think that I like him as my coach. He strives me, and he strives all the other players. We do good, and if we make a mistake, he gonna fuss at us. But when we do something good, he rewards us, and I think he's the best coach.
Absolutely, man. That is awesome. And my last question is what is the goal for this team? Obviously, a championship is one of the biggest things, but just generally speaking, what is the goal for this football team?
Just working together as a team, executing the plays, and just going out there, making the coaches proud and making sure we're doing good.
Absolutely. Colton Pope, appreciate you joining us.
Okay.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the South 78 Football Show presented by CPA Realty. I am Trellis Williams, and right here with me is Jadarius Young, defensive lineman for this Terry Bulldogs football team as a junior. And Jadarius, in the game against Raymond last week against the Rivals, you guys won 39-0, in which you had 9 tackles in that ball game. Just talk about that game and the feel of that game. I mean, you start off with 2 lightning delays, but you finally get going and get a big win. Just explain how that one felt to you.
Oh, yes, sir. With the lightning delay and all that stuff, it was still making me mad, but, when they finally decided to let her come out and play, I just had one mindset, dominate, and fire off, and be fast, quick out the ball, and do what I got to do full speed.
Absolutely, and I mean, the defense did about as good as you could possibly do, hold the other team to 0 points. So just how do you feel? Because, last season you guys had a really tough, monstrous defensive line, but the defensive line looked really good last week as well.
Oh, yes, sir. I feel like this year, D-line, we going to be all right, And, we ain't really lose too much, you ask me.
Yeah, absolutely. And the big play that I took away from that game is, a guy like me, I love me a good shutout, you know what I mean? So we're right there, balls at the 1-yard line, balls at the half-yard line, man. They get 4 opportunities to get it in the end zone, and y'all pull off the goal line stand to keep them at 0. Man, just talk about the feeling of that.
Oh, yeah, that's a good feeling, There's no, I didn't want them to score anyway, so, that's a good feeling.
Absolutely. Last question, man, the goals for the season. And, I mean, you guys are in a lot more favorable district than last season. Last season, you're in arguably the toughest district in the state. So, in this season, you're in a different one. You guys look really good in the first game, winning 39-0. You play Pure Academy here on Friday night. Just what are your goals for this team for the entire season?
Oh, my goal for the whole team, I expect us to go to state, I feel like we got the potential, we got the talent, all that, We just got to be fast, feared, physical, and, just do our thing. And we go make it.
Absolutely. Jadarius, appreciate you joining us for sure.
You said it.
All right, everybody, and welcome back. Rondé Baker is right here with me, and running back for for the Terry Bulldogs. Finished last game with 7 carries, 91 rushing yards, and a touchdown.
Yes, sir.
So, Rondé, man, you went out there, had a very good game there against Raymond, very successful on the ground, getting the win 39-0.
Yes, sir.
Just explain the feeling of that Raymond game.
Oh, it was pretty good, like, at the moment. And I felt like I could have did better. But overall, it was good.
Very good game,
Yes,
man.
sir.
And, the thing is, like, you guys have a dynamic run game with
Yes.
you and Jordan
Yes,
McGee.
sir. Yes, sir.
And just how Coach was able to do it, how well you were doing, he was able to get Jordan to focus on defense.
Yes, sir.
That's just a luxury for you guys to have. Just like explain the the amount of teamwork that you guys have had together as an offense. Your offense looked good last week.
Oh, like, we got brotherhood, we always compete together,
Yeah.
And far than that, I learned a lot from Jordan McGee. Really, JJ too.
Yeah.
Really, all the running backs were close. If we mess up, we hold each other accountable. So it's pretty good.
Yep, absolutely. And next question. So next week, taking on Pure Academy from Memphis, Tennessee, the first time Terry High School's ever played a school out of state in football. So a little bit of history being made on Friday. How excited are you to return to Bulldog Field for another ball game?
Oh yeah, I'm happy. Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. And last question I have. So goals for this team. I mean, you guys are in a more favorable region, look very good in week 1, added some talent to the team and everything like that. Even the spots where you might have been a little worried about, from last year losing all those defensive linemen, the defense looked good as well. The running game looks good. Just what are your expectations and what are your goals for this season?
My expectations, like, for the team is to make it to the playoffs. Be dominant. And my goals is to be the best running back in class of 22-6. And yes, sir, that's really it.
Absolutely. Rondé, appreciate you joining us, and
Yes, sir.
very impressive from a sophomore, absolutely. And, folks, thank you for joining us. This is the South 78 Football Show right here on the TSM Network, presented by CPA Realty. And, folks, please show up on Friday night at Bulldog Field to watch that ball game between the Terry Bulldogs and Pure Academy. And if you can't make it, tune into the stream. We will be streaming on the TSJW Network YouTube. Be sure to follow us on Instagram as well at TSJW Network. Thank you all for joining us. I'm Trellis Williams. We out.